right? So I mean, all the audience has to focus on is you and the words, and because there's judgment, or because there's judging going on, they're looking at you. And so a good rule of thumb, and I don't want to get too much into it because I want to go to names and vocal stuff. Good rule of thumb is to always wear nondescriptish clothing. Nondescriptish is not even a word. Darker clothing, not too nice, not too shabby, and you know, like nothing too distracting. I mean, this is almost a little distracting, but it is a Sacred Heart. And then if anybody were to look at the shirt, they would see it was a poetry shirt. But it's almost a little bit too much. But darker clothes, always, always, always. And we don't even need to get into philosophy. Just trust me on that. And then the other thing is that if there's a situation like this where they can see your body and you're going to have some movement that you include with your piece because you feel like you want to illustrate something with, and it's a great idea. You, of course, don't want it to be too dominating or too dramatic. I mean, here I'm just talking, so, and I move my hands a lot when I talk. I'm very sorry. You know, but you don't want it to be too dominating and too distracting. You want it to be very simple. And then if you, like, let's say you were to raise your hand. This is the main rule of thumb. Let's say you were to raise your hand, you know, hark, or whatever, you know, hark. You don't just drop it right away. Because you've got some, you set up some energy there, and if you just drop it, you drop the energy, and then it's like you stepped out of the movement or something. Whereas, you know, if you hark, and then you don't want to be like, but you know, kind of like that, like do it measuredly, right? Do it with some control. So, you know, hark, I see your, you know, this, and so it's a little bit more fluid and all that. That's good. And you don't, everyone has a dance. We talked about this. You get nervous because, you know, you're about to perform. Everyone gets nervous. Don't ever let anybody tell you they don't get nervous. So you get nervous. Everybody gets nervous. They're just lying. But, and so what happens is you start to move around because it's energy. You're never tired when you're nervous, so you're moving around. Maybe I'm even a little nervous right now, you know, because I don't even know what I'm going to say next. But anyway, so your body's throwing around energy. Well, you want to channel that energy and you want to put it into your performance and your words. So, try to be cognizant, try to stand still and openly, and then, you know, like have your movements and have them be controlled. And what's going to happen is there's still going to be all that nervous energy. It's going to come into your poem, and it's going to add energy to your poem. Now, okay, really quick, what are your names? And we'll do the adults.
Okay.